Yo, they say you could lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, right? And you could give a man a brain, but you can't make him think. I don't even know if the brain makes you think. That's just an analogy that I'm trying to lead up into my video. You see the way the world is going right now. Um, whatever you think about and whatever you feed yourself, that's what you're gonna be. That's what your body's gonna manifest, and that's what your thoughts are gonna manifest. All right. Perfect example. I'm in a country called Jamaica, right? And I feel like the people, they don't really want for nothing different because they're so stuck in their ways, and it's hard to change them. It's hard. It's almost like it's gonna take hundreds of years. It's almost like you have to wipe out the whole island just to change the mentality. The same thing with the world. Um, with what's going on in the world, it's time for it to be replenished in a way. It's almost like the call. It's people that's trying to change the world on their own, but guess what? The world is going to change itself on its own, and the world is going to come up with its own things to make sure it rids itself of the virus. Right? We got human beings out here creating viruses or the causes of viruses. And then you got the earth that's dealing with the human virus itself. So the earth is going to have to find a vaccine on its own, and it will find a vaccine. So we, in order for us to stop the earth from doing that, we have to cleanse ourselves physically and mentally, but we're not. We're too ingrained, we're too spoiled, we're too entitled, we're too far gone to change. Just like the people of Jamaica, the same thing with the people of America. They're too spoiled, they're too entitled, and they can't do it out. So now they have to do it out. The same things with down here. Whatever we lack, we're going to suffer for it. Whatever they lack, they're going to suffer for it. And the world is going to come down on everybody if we don't make a stand and change ourselves. We can't look there. We can't sit here and beg for mercy and beg for forgiveness and cry and worry about our lives being spared because we're the cause of all these problems. So whatever we reap, we must sow. Whatever we reaped, we must sow. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you understand what I'm saying. Whatever problems you created, you're going to have to deal with it. More money, more problems. More problems, more problems, you know. So people are sitting there crying and worrying about dying, and and now everybody cares if somebody's died because they want to monitor them because they don't want themselves to be caught by whatever's going on. So people are monitoring other people based on trying to save themselves, and that's another selfish form or selfish habit, which is the cause of our problems now. Selfishness. Everybody is so self-centered. Nobody's thinking of the whole picture or the team. I'm one of the few people that goes into things with a team spirit. I might have had selfish ways in myself, but I always look at things as a team because that's my heart. But I realize for this world, it doesn't work. But I'm still going to do what I do. I'm still going to think positive because that's how you change things. You have to always think positive. You have to always do positive. No matter what, you always do the right thing for humanity, not just for yourself. Of course, you want to be selfish sometimes, but for the group and for the whole, what's going on now, we as a human race have to do what's right for the group. And even if that means staying away from each other, and not just for to protect ourselves from anything, just to protect ourselves from ourselves because we are the virus. We are the cause of everything going on in the world. It's not just one virus. When I say virus, when I use the word virus, I'm talking about a whole heap of problems that needs to be solved. And we're always focusing on one problem after the next. One come, we start panicking. Another one come, we start panicking. We haven't solved the holistic issue of everything. That's why we're in big problems right now. And even if it's a mental problem or a physical problem, it's still a problem. And we haven't learned how to fix it because we're not a human race as a whole. We're individuals. We're separate, of course. Every group has to fend for themselves, but as a world, if we can't coexist and get along, then it's always gonna be war. Of course, there's always war, and there's always one group that's trying to have power, and it's one group that's gonna gain power. That's just how it is. But right now, in these days and times, it's gonna be a drastic change. It has to be a change. It can't be the same no more. It can't be the same no more. When whichever that change come, whatever it is, remember, there's a creator. And whatever the creator wants, we're going to have to accept it. Even if it means all of us being replenished. All of us being wiped out for the earth to replenish. So just accept what it is. And soldier up, man up. Stand on your own too. And carry on.